Hi, I'm Nancy. Are you ready to have fun? Well, I hope so, because you and I are going to have the best time today. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to learn all about outer space. Ooh, I am so excited about that. We're going to learn about outer space in a really exciting way by flying around in a special spaceship. Isn't that great? And do you know what makes the spaceship so special? You do. And your imagination will power our flight. That way, with your imagination, we can travel all over, but won't even have to leave your room. Boy, this trip is sure going to be fun. We'll be seeing so many beautiful sights, like the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon, all from way out in space. Why, what we're going to see will be so pretty that pictures of all the sights will just fill your head. And that's where your crayons and paper come in. With them, you draw what you see happening. Why, you'll have so many pictures in your head, they'll just flow right out onto the paper. So whatever you draw, it'll be just fine. I'll help you, though. After we've seen some unusual and pretty sights, I'll play some music. You know, music always helps you to draw what you're feeling. Now, if the music finishes, but you still need more time to draw, well, then you can just stop the player. I even have a way of telling you when it's a good time to stop the player. I've brought my friend Hooter along, and when he makes his special sound, that'll mean it's time to stop the player and finish up. What does he sound like? Well, he sounds like this. Hey, that's not Hooter. Who was that? Hey, is that Windy? Oh, it is Windy. Windy, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. The last time I saw you was when we went on our safari and learned all about animals. Do you want to come along on this trip, too? Boy, you sure sound pretty anxious to go. Okay, you can come along. Remember what to do? When it's time to stop the player, you go. That's right. Now, when Windy goes, it's time to stop the player so you can finish your picture. But don't forget to start the player again so we can finish our trip. By the way, do you know how to work the player? To start and stop it? Well, if you do, that's great. But if you don't worry. All you have to do is ask your mom or dad or somebody else who's in the house to help you with it. That way you'll be able to start and stop the player whenever you want. And that means you'll be able to draw the best pictures. Why, you'll be making so many great pictures, you'll just want to sign your name to every one of them and show them all over. Okay, now are you ready to blast off? Well, if you are, there's just one more thing we have to do, and that's prepare ourselves for the flight. After all, if we're going to be astronauts and fly through space, we have to be ready. Do you know how to get ready for this special trip? Well, first you stand up, and then you swing your right arm around and around like a propeller on an airplane. Go ahead, swing your arm all around. That's it. Do you feel like a plane? Well, you sure don't look like a plane. Now start swinging your left arm like a propeller. Maybe that'll help. Are both your arms going? Well, swing them faster and faster. Do you feel like you're taking off at all? No? Getting tired? Well, maybe you ought to slow down then. Yeah, I think it's best if we left flying to birds, airplanes, and rockets. But don't worry, we have our own spaceship, and we're going to fly further into space than anyone ever has. By the way, do you know what our spaceship looks like? Well, it's like a great big silvery pencil, and we'll be staying all the way up at the top by the point. Why, our ship is waiting for us right now. So have a seat, gather your crayons and paper, and let's blast off. just going higher and higher into the sky. If you look out at the window, you can see that all the houses are getting smaller. That's because we're so far away from them already. And look, we can even see the whole neighborhood now. The streets are just little lines crisscrossing the whole city. Why, it looks like everything is shrinking. Now we can see the whole section of the country. There are patches of green and brown all around. Boy, are we high up. And look at the sky. It's so clear and blue. And now it's starting to change to black. We must be getting into outer space. Yes, we are. The sky is no longer blue, but completely black, with silvery stars all over. Why, now we can look down on the whole earth. See how it's like a big ball? And the oceans, can you see them? They're all nice and blue, and the land is all brown. Why, you can even see the ice at the North and South poles. See all that white area at the top and bottom? Let's circle the earth for a while and look around. You know, I was thinking, wasn't it funny the way the sky changed from blue to black when we flew up here? Do you know why the sky is blue and outer space is black? That's a good question, isn't it? Well, it all has to do with air and sunlight. You see, down on Earth, we have a whole lot of air around us, right? Well, what happens is that when the sun, which is a great big fiery ball, shines down on us, it hits all that air in the sky and turns it blue. Now in space, there is no air to hit. And since there is no air to hit, there's nothing to turn pretty colors. And that's why we see black, because there's no air. Yep, and there sure is a whole lot of black out there. Hey, what's happening? The rockets are coming on when they're not supposed to. The spaceship is flying all by itself. Oh no, we're out of control. Where's it taking us? Where is it taking us? Oh, we're going so fast, I'm getting dizzy. Wait a minute. Maybe I can stop the engines. Now, where are those controls? Oh, here they are. They're on a table full of buttons and different colored lights. Oh, let's see. Which ones do I want? There we go. Whew. Boy, that was a close one. I wonder where the spaceship has taken us. Let's look out the window. Well, the Earth is still there. Do you see it? It's different, though. Now it's dark, and we can't see any land or any of the oceans. All we see is a big, dark ball. You know where we must be? We must be over the part of the Earth where it's nighttime. That's right. The sun is on the other side of the Earth now. Pretty soon, though, this part of our world will turn around into the sunlight, and then it'll be day over here. See, when it's day here, it's night over there. It's like we're a ball that spins through space, turning toward the sun and away from the sun. Hey, would you like to draw a picture of some of the things we've seen so far? You could draw a picture of our silvery spaceship blasting off from your house. Well, you could even draw fire coming out of the back of the ship as we soared through the sky. Why, if you want, you could even draw a picture of the Earth the way we saw it from up here in space. You know, with the land all brown and the oceans all blue. Well, you draw whatever you want, and I'll play some music to help your crayons flow along. How's my space-traveling friend doing? What did you decide to draw a picture of? Well, I'm sure that whatever you drew, it's real nice. Did you have enough time to finish the picture? Well, if not, you can just turn off the player when you hear Windy, okay? Okay. Here we are again. Picture all finished? I sure wish I could take a look at it. Right now, though, let's take a look out our spaceship window. Hey, that's a really pretty sight, isn't it? There's the Earth below us, and the sun looking like a yellow ball far away, and all this black space with tiny lights. You know, it's hard to believe that there's so much room up here. Getting lost sure wouldn't be very hard. We were lucky before. Why, if something really went wrong, we could be knocked so far away that we might never be able to get back. Yeah, we'll have to be very careful up here. Hey, what was that? Right outside the window, a huge rock flew by, just touching the side of the spaceship. That's right, a rock hit us. Up here, a rock. In space talk, rocks are called meteors, and it's a good thing that the one that just went by hardly touched us. Boy, our ship could really have been damaged. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, I don't like the looks of this at all. Oh, no! A whole lot of those meteors are headed this way. Look out! Look out! Oh, they're going to crash right into us. Oh, what happened? Hey, out the window. The sun isn't there anymore, and neither's the Earth. Those meteors must have knocked us far, far away. I don't know where we are. We're lost. Why don't you take another look out the window? Recognize anything? All I see is black space with stars all over. Do you think one of those stars might be our sun? You know, that's what our sun is, a star. But which one of all those? Oh, there must be thousands of them out there. Hundreds of thousands. Why, maybe millions. Oh, how are we ever going to find our way back? Hey, I know. We have a lot of machines here on our spaceship, right? Machines for controlling our heat so we don't get cold. Machines for our lights so it won't get dark. Machines to give us air so we can breathe. Machines for everything. Maybe there's a machine that could tell us where we are. Let's find out. I'll go over to the control panel, and maybe if I push the right buttons, the machine will tell us what we want to know. Now let me see. Which buttons should I push? There! Those are the ones. The answer to where we are should appear on that little TV screen in the middle of the control panel. There it is. There's the answer to where we are. Do you see what it says? It says we're millions and millions of miles from home. Boy, that's a long way. You know, even though we're far out in space, I think we can still get back to Earth. We just have to press the right buttons. Let's give them a try. That's it. We're moving. Yay! I think this calls for a celebration. Why don't you draw a picture of what's been happening? Yes, you could draw a picture of the inside of the spaceship and the two of us standing at the control panel pushing buttons. Or you could draw all those meteors hitting our ship. Why, you could even draw a picture of us tumbling through space. Well, that'd make a nice picture, too. And here's some music to help you draw. how's the picture coming? Now, if you need more time to finish drawing, you know what to do when you hear Windy. That's right, turn off the player. Are you ready? Well, here comes Windy. Well, here we are, heading home in our spaceship. Did you enjoy drawing that picture? I hope so. Right now, the Earth is a long way ahead of us. I'm sure that between now and when we get home, we'll see some really exciting things. Why, if you look out the window right now, you can see a pretty unusual sight. A machine that's shaped like a big drum. That's right, a drum. It's white all over, and it has silvery wires sticking out of the top and sides, sort of like the antenna of a TV. What do you suppose this strange thing is? You know, it could be a satellite. A satellite is a kind of machine that scientists shoot up from the Earth to explore the areas of space that they can't get to. Why, it can send radio signals, scoop up pieces of rock floating around. Why, it can even take pictures. Isn't that funny? A machine way up here that takes pictures? Do you think this satellite is taking pictures of us right now? Could be. You better wave at it. You never know who's watching. There it goes, off to do its job. I sure hope it gathers good information for our scientists. Let's move on now. Do you think we'll be seeing any more unusual sights on the way home? I hope so. Think we'll find a planet with people on it? It's possible, but I don't think we will. Since we're so far from the sun, it'd be too cold for anyone to live out here. If we didn't have the protection of our spaceship or spacesuits, we'd freeze. Here, I'll shoot some water out into space from our ship and watch what happens. Now, where's that water eject button? Oh, here it is. There, you see? Look out the window. Can you see all that water shooting out from our spaceship and turning to ice? Well, that shows how cold it is way out here. Now, aren't you glad we're inside the spaceship instead of outside? Brr, I'm getting cold just thinking about it. You know, I'm so glad we're getting closer and closer to home. Why, if we had... Hey, what's that out the side window? It's another planet, but wow! Do you see what it looks like? It's a great big orange-looking planet. Why, it has rings around it. That's right, rings! White rings. Well, I've heard of a place like this. I think it's called Saturn. And the rings, they aren't made of metal. They're actually frozen particles. Isn't that something? Oh, if only I had my camera. An orange planet shaped like a ball that has rings around it. I can't get over it. You know, I don't have my camera, but you have your crayons and paper. I think Saturn would be a great thing to draw, don't you? Yeah, you can draw that. Or maybe that drum-shaped satellite we saw before. That'd be nice, too. And I'll play my music. How's my planet drawing friend doing? What did you decide to draw this time? Saturn with its rings? The satellite? Maybe it taking pictures of us? Well, whatever you drew, I'm sure it's real good. And here comes Windy to give you time to finish up. Hi. How do you like our trip so far? Having fun? I sure am. You know, I'm so glad you're here with me. I don't think I'd want to make this trip alone. Space, though it can be fun, can also be dangerous. I think you know that already. Hey, what's going on? Oh, no! We've sprung a leak in the spaceship and our fuel is going out into space. Well, we're going to have to fix it before we don't have any left. Otherwise, we'll never be able to get home. Let's see. Oh, the leak is on the outside and we're on the inside. Oh, what are we going to do? Hey, I know. We can use our spacesuits to let us go outside. That's right. And then we can fix the leak. I'll get the suits out right now. Here they are. You better get into yours right away, too. There we go. Now, how do you like it? Here, look at us together. Our spacesuits are red, and they cover us all over. We even have a helmet, kind of like a glass bowl, to put over our heads so we can see. Ready? All zippered up? Then come on. Follow me and we'll go outside the ship. But be careful now. Walk slowly through this first door. Now hold on, and I'll open this last door to the outside. Wow! I'm floating in space. Do you feel yourself floating too? Our arms and legs are slowly moving all around. You couldn't float like this at home, could you? This is great up here in space. Look, we can even see the Earth in the distance, and the sun too. We're right next to our huge silvery spaceship now, and we better look all over it until we find that leak. Do you see a hole anywhere? There's got to be one somewhere. Hey, over there! I see a stream of white smoke coming out of the ship. That's where the hole must be. Let's float over to it. Yup, it's a hole all right, and I think I can fix it with just a small piece of metal and a hammer. See, if I can knock the piece of metal into the hole, all that smoky fuel will stop coming out. It's a good thing I brought my patch-up kit along. Well, here goes. This is hard work. There. I've got that piece of metal all knocked into the hole. Now we won't lose any more fuel. I hope we stopped the leak in time. Let's get back into the ship and get out of these spacesuits and find out. Boy, I'm sure glad we could fix that leak, aren't you? And look at the control panel. All the buttons are green. We stopped the leak just in time. Yay! Hey, do you think a picture of us floating out in space and fixing that leak would be nice? I think it would be great. You could have us dressed in those red spacesuits and floating around next to our ship. Why, you could even draw the Earth and the sun in the background. And here's some music. Hi, fellow space traveler. I bet your picture drawing is getting real good by now. Did you draw us floating around in space? Boy, it sure was a good thing we could fix that leak. You know, we've already seen so many exciting things, I can't wait to get going again. And there's still so much ahead for us to see. Well, if you hang on, we'll continue our flight in our special spaceship. Here we are again, traveling around in outer space. We're much closer to the Earth now. And in fact, if you look out your window, you can see our blue and brown planet in front of us. It's so nice to see it again. You know, for a few moments there, I didn't think we'd ever get back. Now that we are back and everything is okay, I think it'll be safe enough for more exploring, don't you? Hey, what's that big round object over to the right? It's not the Earth. That's on our left. It's a round ball, and it's nice and bright, and it has dark spots on it. You know what it is? It's the moon! That's right. You know what the moon looks like, don't you? Yes, well, there it is. Hey, does it look to you like there's a face on it? You can almost see 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, right? I'm not so sure that there is a face up there, though. Why don't we fly over and take a closer look? Here we are, right over the moon. Yep, there are white areas and dark spots, all right. If you look real hard, you can see that the white areas are great big mountains, and the dark spots are flat areas. Why, in fact, it looks like that's pretty rough country down there. I really don't think that there's a man's face up here. Why, I bet it's just these dark spaces making it look like there's a face here. Yes, that's gotta be it. It's just the way the moon looks from way out in space and from Earth. Boy, it's like the moon is playing tricks on us, isn't it? You know, I wonder what else there is about the moon that's funny. Why don't we go down there and find out? That way we can land and get a real close-up look at what the moon is really like. Yes, let's do that. Hold on, here we go. Well, here we are. Boy, I never thought I'd ever land on the moon. Take a look out your window. The sky is all black from space, and the ground is brown-colored with big rocks all over the place. And why, there are even round holes on the ground. I think they're called craters. These craters must have been made when meteors from space smashed into the ground here. Now it's pretty quiet. No meteors are falling from the sky. You know, this place is really empty. There are no animals or people or flowers or trees here. Just a lot of rocks and mountains. Do you know why there are no plants or people? It's because there isn't any air or water here. That's right. Without air and water, nothing can live. Why, we're the only living things on all the moon. And now it's time for us to take off again. Hold on. Well, do you think you could draw a picture of us flying over the moon? You could also draw a picture of our spaceship sitting on the moon's surface if you want. Don't forget those big rocks. Hey, how about a picture of meteors falling from space and hitting the ground, causing craters? You draw whatever you want, and I'll play some music. how you doing? What did you draw this time? Boy, if only I could see your picture. Even though I can't, I know it's good. Do you need more time to finish it? Well, when Windy comes along, you know what to do. Right, turn off the player. Are you ready? Well, then here's Windy. Hi, we're back again flying around through space. What did you think of the moon? It was really something, wasn't it? You know, I'm glad we visited there. Until this trip, I didn't know what the moon was really like. Hey, what's that? It sounds like another satellite. You remember that satellite we saw before? It was shaped like a drum and had wires sticking out all over. Well, look out your window, and you can see another one coming this way. This one's different, though. It's much longer. It kind of looks like a white hot dog roll. You know, maybe it's not a satellite at all. Maybe it's a special space lab where someone is aboard doing work. Yes, I bet there's an astronaut scientist inside doing some studies on space right now. Boy, if he's by himself, he must be pretty lonely. Hey, why don't we pay him a visit? Yes, that's a good idea. And we can put the door of our spaceship right up against the door of his lab. That way we won't have to get into our spacesuits and go over there. Let's go. Okay, we're getting close to his lab now, and we're going to have to steer very carefully so we don't bump him too hard. Careful! That's it. Our ship is right alongside the lab now. We're just about door to door. One more burst from our rockets should do it. Here we go. And hold on. There should be a little bump when our ship touches his. There. We made it. Now all we have to do is open the door. Okay, ready? Then I'll open our door. All right. Follow me and we'll go find the scientist. Hey, this is really something, isn't it? We're now in a small hallway and everything is so nice and shiny. There are red pipes overhead and yellow wires and white handles and all different colored buttons. Remember how this ship looked like a long roll? Well, we must be in the hall that goes all the way down the middle of it. Hey, on the wall next to us, there's a television screen. And look, there's a picture of the Earth on it. You know, I wonder where the scientist is. Hello? Is anybody here? Hello?
Well, hello. Where did you come from? I thought I was here all by myself.
Sorry to bother you, but we were flying by in our ship when we spotted your space lab, and we thought you'd like some company.
Yes, thank you. And I'm sure glad you're here. I haven't seen anyone for 2 months.
2 months? Wow. What do you do up here all by yourself?
Oh, many things. I do a lot of testing, and I do a lot of watching of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. From way up here in space, I can see a lot further than if I were on Earth.
That sounds really interesting. You know, we just came back from the moon. We thought it was really great.
Yeah? The moon is very interesting. Did you see a lot of rocks and mountains when you were down there?
Yeah, they were all over the place. Did meteors make the moon like that?
Yeah, that's right. A long time ago, hundreds of meteors came crashing down there. Now, the force of those meteors hitting the ground made some of the mountains and also the craters. And those rocks you saw were probably just pieces broken off from the meteors.
Boy, that's incredible. What else can you tell us about the moon?
Well, the moon isn't as big as the Earth, and that makes things different. Like, how far do you think you could jump when you're home?
Oh, maybe a few feet.
Well, on the moon, you could jump a lot further than that. Like, from here all the way across the room. That's because the moon is smaller, and it doesn't hold us as tightly to the ground as the Earth does.
That's great. Boy, you sure know a lot about the moon.
Thank you, and thank you for coming by. I have to get back to work now, so I'm going to have to leave. You can come back later if you want.
Thank you. Maybe we will. Bye. Well, we're back in our own spaceship now. What did you think of that scientist? He's pretty smart, isn't he? Boy, I don't know how he can stand being up here all by himself, though. It sure must be lonely. Do you think you can draw a picture of his space lab? Why, you could draw our ship touching his lab if you want. Or you could draw us visiting him inside his ship. That'd be nice, too. And here's some music. But remember, if you need more time to finish your drawing, just stop the tape when you hear Windy. Go ahead and draw. Well, how you doing? Did you enjoy that visit with the scientist? I did too. You know, talking to him just makes me want to explore space even more. Where else would you like to go? We've been all over. Where haven't we been? Hey, I know. Toward the sun. That would be fun. We have to be careful, though, because the sun is very bright, and if we look right at it without a sun shield, it'll hurt our eyes. The special windows on our spaceship will protect us, but if we didn't have them, I wouldn't look right at the sun at all. There's the sun ahead of us now. Do you see it? Boy, it's like a giant ball of fire. It's so much bigger than the Earth. Why, I bet more than 1,000,000 Earths could fit in there. That's how big it is. Now, because the sun is so big, it can pull us right into it if we get too close. I once heard a story of a satellite that went too close to the sun, and you know what happened? Well, that's right. The sun pulled it right into it, and the satellite burned up and was never heard from again. So we better keep our distance. The sun is fun to watch, but only if we can keep safely away. Hey, what's that? Oh, I sure hope we're not too close to the sun already. Let's check our control panel. Yes, look at the panel. All the lights are flashing on and off, and our speed dial is going around and around. We're going so fast. We are getting pulled toward the sun. Unless we can stop our ship, we'll disappear just like that satellite I told you about. Hey, look at our temperature light. It's flashing red. That means the outside of the ship is getting real hot. Quick, we better turn the ship around before it's too late. Are we going anywhere? It doesn't feel like we're moving. We're not moving. Look out of the window. We're being pulled backward. Little thinker, the sun is getting bigger and bigger, and we're getting closer and closer. Boy, it's getting hot in here. Oh, we better do something. We can't take much more of this. Let's put all we have into the engines this time. It's working! Oh, it's working! We're pulling away from the sun. We won't disappear after all. Look at the control panel. All the red warning lights are out. I think we're safe now. Yes, and there's the good old Earth way out in front of us again. Phew. Oh, that was a close one. For a little while, we were right in front of the sun and almost swallowed up. Do you think a picture of that would be a good idea? You can draw us in front of the sun, or you could draw a picture of us at the control panel trying to get the rockets to work. And I'll give you some music. Hi, how's the picture going? I'm sure you prefer drawing about going into the sun than actually being there, right? Me too. You know, I'm so glad we're going back to the Earth. If you look out your window, you can see how pretty it is. Boy, there's no place like it. Just look at all that blue water and brown land. Hey, what's going on down there? There's a dark shadow covering part of the Earth. It's like a black spot covering part of the country. Something must be stopping the sunshine from getting through. Yes, look out in space. The sun's out there, and so's the moon. Hey, the moon's in front of the sun, blocking out its light. Why, this must be an eclipse. The sun, the moon, and the earth are like three balls, all lined up, one in front of the other. Boy, I bet you this doesn't happen very often. Do you know that if you were standing on the earth right now in the right spot, it would be getting dark outside? That's right. In the middle of the day, it'd be getting dark. because the moon would be blocking out the sunlight. Isn't that strange? Look, now the moon is moving away. That means daylight will be coming back to that part of the earth. Now that's really a sight. The sun, the moon, and the earth all lined up. So you think this eclipse would make a nice picture? You could draw a big yellow sun, then a silvery moon, and then the earth. That would show how the moon blocks out the sun. Or if you want, you could draw a picture of the yellow sun with the moon right in front of it. Here's some music to draw eclipses by. Hi again. How did the picture turn out? Did you use pretty colors? I hope so, because an eclipse drawn with pretty colors is very beautiful. By the way, whenever an eclipse comes along and you want to look at it, remember you must have protection for your eyes. Otherwise you'll hurt them. And you don't want to hurt your eyes, right? Right. Okay, now where do you want to fly off to in our spaceship? We still have some fuel left and... Oh, my. That's the alarm. Our trip is over. We'll just have to save whatever fuel is left for next time. Gee, it's too bad we've got to go home. I'm having so much fun with you. And our trip was really nice, wasn't it? I mean, we saw and did so many great things. I tell you, though, if I ever have an adventure like that again, I sure hope you're along to help me get out of trouble. Yes, we sure had a great time. But now you better buckle your seatbelt, because we have to start going back down to your house. If you want, you can look out the window and watch us land. Right now you can see how the earth is getting bigger and bigger. That's because we're getting closer to it. And now the sky is changing from black to blue, just the opposite of what happened when we took off. Goodbye, space. So long, stars. We'll see you all again real soon. Hey, now I can see where you live. All the houses and streets are bigger. Everything is spreading out. Well, here we are, home again. You know, the trip might be over, but we can go on it again any time you want. Hey, I'd really like that, because then we can have even more fun and draw even more pictures. Don't forget to put your name on all of them and show them around to all your friends. Those are pictures you can be proud of. Well, Windy and I have got to be going. Come on, Windy. We've got to get ready for our next trip. Say goodbye. Wow! What a goodbye! Wendy's just so happy that you could join us, and so am I. We'll see you soon. So long for now.